Alright friends, welcome back to Jason's Design Shop, where today we are going to cut some steel pipe again. Let's get started. Alright, about a year ago we cut a steel pipe in my driveway with this reciprocating saw and a carbide tip blade, which has been doing really well on YouTube because people need to do that, I guess. They're researching it and finding that it's a useful thing. So the boys down at Wonder Blade sent me this ToughGrit and asked if I would do a comparison video review between this, and we already got that video done, so you can link to it and check it out. It took about a minute to cut that pipe in half with this carbide tip blade. Now we're going to try their diamond blade with this is battery powered, by the way, so we're going to compare with this also battery powered Ryobi grinding device there. So we're going to put this on the blade and get out there and see how fast it cuts it. Let's do it. There it is. Wonder Blade, it's 4.5 inch, right? 115 millimeter, max RPM 13,000. ToughGrit, general purpose diamond blade. Say cuts metal, wood, plastic, fiber, cement, all kinds of stuff to keep you with one blade on your grinder instead of switching out to do all these different things. That's what they're selling this as. So let's do it. Let's go cut a pipe. That's what this is famous for, stopping with the battery power. Nope, I don't think it's gonna work. Let's go get power. All right, we came in, we took it off the battery powered. It's just not powered enough to spin this because it's grabbing, and we put it on this thing. It's my polisher, but we've got the different speeds here we can use, and doesn't have the shield, which is scary, but I have the handle. I keep all my hands away from it and just ride it around the stump there and see if we can cut it off. Let's try this with a little more power. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Help send it out to all the people interested in such things as grinder blades. Thanks, guys. Over here now. Time that. Woo! Cool. Cut this cement knob right here if I were at it. Wow, no problem on cement. All right, that was awesome. Let's take a look at the cut quality here. It is definitely rougher than the other one. You run your finger over there, you're hitting all kinds of scabs. So you may want to run a file over it and just knock off anything sharp if it's going to be left out in the open. But if you're walking all the time, it'll eventually polish off. Here is the cut from the reciprocating saw. Is a bit smoother, but I think we were definitely faster with this blade, and the power of the grinder was better plugged in. All right, of course I was able to get a much flatter cut straight across with the reciprocating saw, and here I'm only able to ride one edge instead of both sides at the same time. They started grabbing when it got too deep, so I had to ride one side all the way around, which took me at an angle down, and this was higher up, so I didn't get quite the same, straight flat cut. but you may need that. You may need to go down and come up and come around something. So it gives you that ability to more flexibility to control your cut. All right, so I think we can conclude that the reciprocating saw can do it with battery power and makes a flat, cleaner cut across the top if you're looking for a straight cut. But by far, the Wonder blade definitely is a wonder in its speed. It just rips right through it super fast, especially if you have, you're gonna need to be powered or that's just underpowered to do this pretty thick blade. Although I say that, but if I put them next to each other, they are almost the same thickness, right? So it's grinding more. The real issue here on that being just using the battery versus this is that this has grinding ability on the top and the bottom of the blade, and so that grabs your cut as you go in. It starts to grab the top and the bottom of your cut rather than just the leading edge on the other blade, and it just slides nicely through the cut, right? So that's what's going on here. So this will let you cut down onto things. Like I can literally push down on a metal and just grind it down. So it's also like a grinder, not just a cutter. Okay, so that's the results there. It's pretty cool, pretty impressive Wonder blade. Now let's try it on some of these other things they talk about. We can cut wood, we can cut fiber cement. Let's give it a try, just have a little fun. Let's keep very clear of the blade. Let's go over here. Of course, in this format, it wants to walk, so it's probably better to rise on it. That's great. Totally works as a grinder because of all these hard edges, and I bet the diamond on the wood would last forever, right? It's not ripping them off at all. That's cool. Let's try something else. Now this is a piece of fiber cement. It's a fiber board. It's a 1/4 of an inch, gosh, 1/2 an inch thick. I recently put on my house cement siding, and it's called Nichiha. It's a Japanese product. But the dust is really bad because it's got cement dust in there, so you definitely want to wear your PPE to protect yourself before you do any cutting. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, these side grits are awesome for walking it around and getting a shape that you may need for a plug or for a wire or something coming through the house, or for whatever you're making. If you need that ability to burn it off sideways, that diamond blade is awesome for that. That's great. Let's try a different product. All right, now this is clear plastic, 1/4 inch probably, acrylic, pretty expensive stuff.
What's this? You can do things like this.
All right, yeah, made a much faster, not faster, maybe a cleaner cut. Was able to go in a straight line pretty well for a short piece, and it threw on the downside of the spinning blade, it threw a lot of the cut pieces, the shavings, but you can grind those off very quickly with a quick zip, right? And it's all rounded and not sharp now too. So again, you can use the grinding edges on the Wonder blade where you couldn't do that with a jigsaw or this reciprocating saw blade so well. So there's 3 functions of this blade. All right, friends, final thoughts on the Wonder blade. I gotta say, I think I love it because it's versatility. And a lot of the things that I do in here are not just straight cuts, you know, it's I'm customing everything. Everything's got a curve, everything's rounded, everything needs to be grinded away a little slot and make a hole for something to go through. And I love how I can grind on either side of this blade or just push it right through and cut almost anything, right? From diamond tip, cutting that steel was fast, cutting the wood, I probably use my wood tools for that, but it works and I can grind something out if I need to. Cutting acrylic, no problem. Did better than the other blade. And the fiber cement, definitely going to be good there to cut out notches, grind away things, and make anything custom in corners and rounding something you may need to round or curve in. Love the ability to do that with this blade. Downfalls, maybe it doesn't cut a super straight line on certain like the pipe or the acrylic. Yeah, so you may need that. But the other downside is you're not going to be able to run this on a battery powered tool probably unless you got a really strong one. It just stops constantly on my little Ryobi grinder. But you know, I have the same problem with my sand disc here. I've had this sand disc on here forever grinding things, if you watch my other videos, and it's constantly stopping, starting. You got to release and restart, release and restart. If you push too hard, try to grind too much with a 40 grit sandpaper, it doesn't do it. So power just isn't there. Hey friends, I respond to all the comments down below. So if you got something to say or a question or wondering which blade you think would work best for what, share it down below or ask me and I'll do my best to answer your question. All right friends, head down the description and get yourself one of these ToughGrit Wonder blades. I don't have a link for a cheaper discount, but if we get a lot of views on this video, maybe I can communicate that with the boss there and see if we can make that happen to give you guys a discount. So pass this around, save, like, share, do all that stuff to help make the video get out there so people can see this cool product. Thanks for your time. Later, guys.